5 Things to Know About Wednesday Addams Season 2. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen the first season of Wednesday, do not continue watching this video. Having said that, let's get right to it. Now we know that the first season of Wednesday left fans at the edge of their seats, with its suspense-filled and thrilling plot courtesy of the vibe given by the cast's main protagonist, Wednesday Addams and her friends at Nevermore. But while we all love what happened in the season, it's certain from the events that transpired during the season's finale that every fan is literally waiting to see what Wednesday Addams is up to next. As such, everyone's waiting for the next release. Before then, however, in this video, we bring you hot just straight from the oven, covering a few things we currently know about Wednesday Addams Season 2. It's the aim of this video to answer questions such as, what would Wednesday Addams' love life look like with the? Who would probably be the next principal of Nevermore now that Principal Weems is dead? And many more based on a few hints the producers have revealed so far. So sit back and relax as we give you an exclusive sneak peek of 5 things to know about Wednesday Addams Season 2. Number 5. The new villain. What better way to talk about the new season than to start with the biggest cliffhanger of Season 1, the next villain in the show? At the end of Season 1, while Wednesday was going back home in the Addams Family car, she receives a message from an unknown person containing her pictures with Xavier and Tyler and a follow-up text saying, "I am watching you." This was just after Xavier had handed her the phone as a way of apologizing for what he said to her. Now, while it is true that neither the identity of the sender nor the clear reason for the message was made known in the season's finale, there is a strong chance that they may be the next villain of the story in Season 2. However, knowing the movie producers and their love for suspense and twists, it's certain that the identity of the new villain may continue to remain a mystery for now. Just think of it, they literally had to wait till the end of the first season to reveal that Professor Thornhill was the mastermind behind the whole event at Nevermore. Nonetheless, when we think of who the next villain may be, a few people come to mind. For instance, one may think of Bianca because of the initial loggerhead she had with Wednesday at the beginning of the season. However, seeing that both parties later came to a fine understanding, it seems unlikely that Bianca would be the next villain. That's except she's being controlled. Speaking of control, seeing that the villain had pictures of Wednesday even when she was inside Nevermore, it's likely that the culprit is an actual student at Nevermore. Except that, like Tyler, the student may just be under the influence of someone else. A Serene, for instance, seeing how strong their powers of manipulation are. Number 4. Wednesday Addams' love life. One thing every Wednesday fan is dying to know is how Wednesday Addams' love life will be, with Tyler discovered as the Hyde, and Wednesday obviously not seeming to reciprocate Xavier's feelings. It gets even more complicated because, from Season 1 of the teenage movie, we get to know that Wednesday is anything but a preacher of love. However, we also got to know that Wednesday's fear of intimacy didn't apply when it comes to her roommate and best friend, Enid. In fact, from lingering stares to hugs that last a little too long, fans have to theorize that Wednesday and Enid are in fact gay. Their sexuality at this point, however, still remains a mystery. Some fans also believe Enid's character itself is an allegory for somebody being in the closet. Let's focus a bit closer on Enid's story, shall we? So Enid is a werewolf who isn't able to wolf out, meaning she has not fully developed. She fears she will never find a mate. She goes on to tell stories about how her mother would send her to camp to try to help her be normal. If this doesn't sound like a metaphor for convergent therapy camps to you, then what does? As such, one direction the writers may go in is focusing more on Wednesday and her roommate Enid's relationship, because what relationship is more thrilling than that between that super sunny happy person and that super dark depressing person? When they get together, there's something really relatable and beautiful about it. Some fans have already even started shipping the pair together. So, what do you think about Enid's Day? Do you feel the match is going to be just what the movie producers need to step up from Season's 1 dry love triangle? Number 3. Nevermore's next principal. With the shocking and unexpected death of Principal Weems in the season finale, the position of the principal of Nevermore High is totally open, and it's still a mystery who will rise to the occasion to fill it. From what we know, the producers are looking into bringing in new characters to add spice to the movie. So if reviving Principal Weems is not an option, then making the principal a totally new face would be an interesting continuation. It would be even more interesting to see how Wednesday's relationship with a totally new character would be, seeing that except at the end, Wednesday's relationship with Principal Weems was anything but perfect. Another possibility is Bianca's mother coming to occupy the position of Nevermore's principal. We already saw her in the 5th episode of the movie when the students' families visit Nevermore. Although during that visit, Gabrielle, Bianca's mother, had actually come to convince her daughter to rejoin their siren group. It's highly unlikely that given the fact that she even had to go to the extent of blackmailing her daughter in order to get what she wants, the siren is done with her devious schemes. However, the person who might just be the most suitable for the role is Wednesday's mother, Morticia. I mean, who else to take over Principal Weems' position other than her former roommate when she too was a student at Nevermore High? Number 2, the other Addams. If Morticia becomes the principal, however, it means that we would be seeing more of the Addams family in Wednesday Season 2. This will be interesting because we may get to uncover a few more Addams Family secrets like what exactly the Addams Family's supernatural power is. We know that outcasts have some form of supernatural powers. Enid and her family, for instance, are werewolves, while Bianca and her clique have siren powers. However, aside from the fact that Wednesday and her mother have psychic powers, we do not know for sure what power is unique to the Addams family. It will be interesting to know what Gomez, Wednesday's father, has, and if it applies to his son, Pugsley. Another benefit that would come with giving the Addams family more screen time would be to allow fans to really understand the dynamics of the relationship Wednesday has with her family, especially if her mother ever becomes the principal. What do you think? Number 1, Tyler's comeback. The end of Wednesday Season 1 came with the shocking revelation that Tyler, the guy Wednesday finally allowed herself to love, was actually the Hyde, the creature that had been murdering people in the woods. However, what's even more shocking is the fact that the Hyde was in fact not done, and we may see even more of it in the next season. Towards the end of the season, while Tyler was being transported to prison, he transformed into the Hyde and escaped. This, however, raises some questions like, what would be the role of Hyde in Season 2? Would Tyler's comeback affect Wednesday's love life? And how would the knowledge that his son is a supernatural creature affect Sheriff Donovan Galpin, Tyler's father? First off, however, it's safe to say that with the direction the movie producers are hoping on taking Wednesday's love, Tyler would be the last person to grab her heart. Frankly, Xavier even stands a better chance, seeing that he and Wednesday made up at the end of the season. As such, we may not be seeing Wednesday and Tyler together anytime soon. Also, being that all eyes are focused on Wednesday's stalker, it's also unlikely that the Hyde would be a major villain in the next season. At best, Hyde may just serve as a minor antagonist in the movie. However, another twist to the story which is also possible and highly likely is Tyler coming back as a good person. Remember that in the previous season, he was being controlled by Professor Thornhill. So with his master gone, he may just choose to explore a more positive side. So, what do you think? Drop your comments in the section below.